Welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Today's artist is Hole. We are going to be covering our top 5 favorite Hole songs. With me today, he's in someone else's bed, Tim.
It's not mine. Believe that.
And he was asking for it, Will.
Wait, is that a whole joke or an AFI joke?
It was a whole joke.
Because there's also an
And
AFI
not
joke.
just half a joke, the whole joke.
The whole joke.
Timmy P, little Timmy P with the fucking killer pun. That was beautiful. Thank you for
Now,
that, sir.
we lost Ed in space. He was performing. I heard that show went well on Mars, but Will's
The Hubble seems
alien,
to be up and running
The
again.
Metacritic is saying it's great. It's at least a 91.
yeah. But he did tell us his favorite song by Hole, and he said it's the only song that matters. So we'll get into that later.
Yeah. We're still decoding the transmission. It
Yep.
did come in a language that we're not quite sure
Yeah.
exactly how to interpret.
Well, I mean, it's all about feeling.
All
Yeah.
right. So
I do have one question first. So I granted you should probably go listen to us ranking the whole albums and click that button. But this is a throwback to that. So I was thinking before we took a break, while we're taking a break between these segments, I was like, so we kind of criticized Hole for having a different style and band basically from album to album. And I was like, why are we calling that a negative when we judge Madonna for doing the same thing? We positively, because Madonna
Do
would
we
jump.
judge Madonna positively with that?
I think it worked culturally for her. I don't think other people argue that she was bad for doing it.
Well, sure, but that's also like she's a pop artist, where I think Hole is considered a rock artist.
What?
And
Where does that line draw, though, man?
that's always a interesting topic because
yeah,
some bands will change their sound and get
Like Faith No More.
destroyed for it.
Faith No More does that every record. Every record sounds completely different than the last, and that's a positive for them. Why is it
but
a
they're not
negative?
bringing outside songwriters in. They're working with the producer. They're playing the parts. There's no samples. There's no that they're not chasing hits. Like
Okay,
clearly,
thank you. I love you. Because that is all the answer I needed. Thank you.
okay, yeah. I mean, you know,
Perfect.
artists range the entire thing, obviously, and you get the straight pop people that will do anything to be popular, and then it goes all the way down to, you know, I mentioned the difference between pop and rock, and in the widest of terms, rock tends to be more like the
Judgmental.
bands write the songs,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Whereas pop, it's like, no, there's songwriters and there's a whole thing, and maybe you show up in the studio and they give you 20 different things to sing, or they
Right.
give you one thing to sing and tell you to do it in 20 different styles.
Okay.
And then two of them end up as, Target commercials or something. There's a wide range in the industry of music, and it's all about the artist's intentions. And I've mentioned it many times on this show, and I will continue to mention it. Well, there's signs that you're trying to do something artistically that is not necessarily artistic, but it's just chasing a hit.
Yeah.
You hire outside songwriters. Like, shout out to Desmond Child, shout out to Linda Perry, shout out to Rick Rubin. Bands bring in Rick Rubin.
I mean, look.
Recapture something.
As
I love Rick Rubin, but that's a sign that you got to really look at seriously from an artistic point of view.
I don't know,
And
man.
go, okay, what's going on here?
Tom Petty went to Rick Rubin for Wildflowers, and that is
A
a
lot of people go to Rick
fantastic
Rubin, and a
album.
lot of times it's very successful.
There's something that has happened in the past 10 years, though, that I think with Rick Rubin, where it's kind of just not been good. to work with Rick Rubin. Like
sure,
I would,
because people figured out how it is to work with Rick Rubin, and oh well, I mean it works, but do we actually want to put up with that?
yeah, Jesus. God
Shout
damn
out
it,
to
man.
his podcast, the Broken Record podcast. I love that thing. Rick Rubin is, we can all learn something from him. Doesn't mean all his albums are good though.
I would say it's fitting that we're talking about somebody that has such a cultural cachet in the way that Rick Rubin does while talking about Hole. Okay,
Well,
that was
I bring
my
it up
best. That was my best transition I could possibly come up with.
No,
at
it was
point.
good. It was
That would
good.
be a good Patreon video. Is like our favorite producers.
I mean, we could do our favorite Rick Rubin albums.
I mean, it's just Flood. It's just Flood.
Is it though?
It's just Flood for me.
It's Tom Petty Wildflowers for me.
I mean, License to Ill's pretty good.
Did he do License
it's
to
the
Ill?
worst Beastie Boys record. It's not that good.
It is the worst Beastie Boys record. I agree.
It's
but
still better than a lot of things.
And it's a good Rick Rubin production. The first Danzig album sounds amazing.
Yeah. And honestly, his work with Johnny Cash.
And his work with Johnny Cash.
Really good. Really
Man
good.
Comes Around. Amazing. And Wildflowers.
Wildflowers is my favorite Tom Petty record. So that's
I'm sure there's a good Red Hot Chili Peppers album in the last 25 years that Rick Rubin touched.
Nope. Last one was Californication, and I Will Die on That Fucking Hill. There's nothing after that.
Which was a Rick Rubin album, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Proof made. In the pudding. In the California pudding.
Damn it. We were supposed to get right into this.
Well, you know what?
Good,
all right,
great question.
Even better. Even better. These outtakes. That's total.
Yeah, you could
fodder.
edit that out if you wanted.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
Sure. You should edit it out.
No, I'm not editing it out. That was a great conversation. Fuck that. The subscribers, you're just going to have to sit through all that shit.
Well,
sign up to the Patreon for more of that silliness.
Yeah.
The good ones will appreciate that because that's the real shit, you know?
That's right. All right, Tim, what is your number 5 whole album?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with a banger. My top 5 whole song is Old Age from My Body the Hand Grenade.
Wait, what the fuck? Didn't we just go through this? Wasn't that a Nirvana song? What the fuck? I'm really confused.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're picking a cover song as one of the
But it's
5.
not a cover song because this version is credited to Love Cobain.
Oh, okay.
I would give
this
him
is
shit.
co-write.
That's totally fair. I will respect that argument.
When we did Jason Isbell, 2 of my top 5 songs were his REM covers. So,
dude, hold up, because I'm never gonna listen to that.
Oh no, you are because I hear
they're
it's
horrible. They're horrible covers.
What were the 2 songs that were covers that you loved?
And it was Night Swimming. They were awful covers.
It's a good song. Yeah, no, Night Swimming's a good song that would be covered by somebody else better. I'm sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
What was the other one? I can't even remember. I just picked it because it was already. It was off
Was
of.
it Losing My Religion because it's very Jason Isbell?
No, it was off of Oh God, one of the older albums.
Oh,
and this is where we insert the album.
Was it Orange Crush?
No, it was before Monster. It was from the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. Orange Crush. I was thinking of the other Orange song. No, it's not Orange Crush. It's son of a bitch. I can't Google it because.
Wait. Was it Losing My Religion?
No.
I know. I already asked that, but it would really fit for that dude to cover that song.
It shows how much I didn't care about doing that video. That artist.
Too sweet.
I can't remember what song it was. It was off of the album that starts with an F. I'm drunk.
Me too, man. That's okay.
Franken Monster.
No, it wasn't. That's not a record.
Oh, shit. I'll edit it in later. I'll pop it up. People will know. All right.
Perfect.
So,
that one.
I was thinking Automatic for the People, which makes me think Everybody Hurts.
No, it wasn't Automatic. It was.
Which makes me think of a credit card commercial.
It's off the album.
Now
Georgia
it
Blue.
does, but when it came out, it was really heartbreaking and real, friend. So
One of
I'm
you
gonna
Oh,
guys
take that.
Google Georgia Blue. That's the album it's on. I remember that.
Okay, I've
so
never
anyway, I'm
known.
going with Old Age because it's a really good version. And if I remember correctly, it did come out before the Nirvana version, and I love the Nirvana version.
Well,
Um,
now
and
I'm
I
hearing that
love this
technically,
version too. It's just a great song, so I have to make sure it makes this list. And if we were making playlists, this should be on there, 100%.
okay, all right.
I mean, yeah.
Are we taking a timeout?
I'm just going to let my dog in. It's still recording. We're good.
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, you know what? I'll be real. Since I'll go ahead and put my number 5 then. If we're just gonna put a fucking cover song on there,
No,
uh,
we're not. Give Courtney her due.
I'm
Oh, she
gonna
will
put.
get her due.
Well, no, listen, because the intro to this song is already on Old Age from this listener experience we had earlier. I'm gonna put Credit in the Strange World, which is also a cover song, and it's a really well executed cover song, and it's fucking great.
It's a good start to a side B.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
And this
will
is my own fault for going
away.
by the gut. So
No, that's fine. That's a solid choice. Solid choice.
All right. Well, my number 5 is gonna be Drowned Soda off of
and that's a
Ask for It.
fucking great song.
That is a great song.
And it's really a shame that there's no like studio recording of it, is
There
there?
is the Ask
There is.
for It. Yeah, the Ask for It EP is the studio version.
Oh, okay. I've only heard the live one from the other thing. From
When
I
I
Memory.
was
checked I checked out both of them on YouTube, and yeah, it's a great song. Great song.
Tim, just this is funny. I've got the channels playing in the background just for the views,
Okay.
and I'm watching the Weezer one, and it just says Ed at the bottom. It has Ratitude all the way across. So this is a running joke.
Yep. Yep.
Ed, you got to come
Ed
back and
loves
defend yourself.
gratitude.
Well, I'm assuming he really loved that record.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's the only one he'll listen to.
Really?
So
Wow.
Drowned Soda. I had one of those little slide things that you put over your fingers. What are they called? They're just called
A
slide.
slide? Yeah, a slide. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to play this song a lot. It's really fun to play. The outro. What am I noticing? Well, I sit on the corner, I drink. Yeah, the outro. Well, I sit on the corner and drink Drowned Soda. I want to bomb the whole state of Minnesota. It's been a while. I'm a little annoyed. I'm gonna fuck the whole state of Illinois. Plus, it was on the Tank Girl soundtrack, which is just a phenomenal soundtrack. Anyway,
Really?
yeah,
I
Phenomenal movie.
I love that
great
movie. I've
movie.
never listened to the soundtrack outside of watching the movie.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good.
amazing.
Yup.
I'll check it. I'll check it.
All
Yeah,
right, let's
that's a
see.
great choice. I'm glad you picked it because it just missed my top 5.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because you were
Same.
talking so good about it earlier. I was like, shit, we're gonna have
That's
some
a
Same,
crossover.
great
dude.
song. Great
Same.
song.
Same. Very much the same.
All right, Will, what's your number 4?
I'm gonna put Malibu because I've got to put at least. There's 2 songs that I love from Celebrity Skin, which is why I put it higher than I should have reasonably put it. And Malibu is that one. It's just there's something about it that just like affects the naivety of my experience. You know, like it's just so cheesy and sweet and warm, and also still somehow got like a little heartstring there that's kind of trembling at the same time. Like it's got like everything I like. It's got like a pop sheen that works and fits the imagery of the lyrics. And it also has like this weird verse chord progression that just makes me sad on the inside. Like it's perfect for me. But granted, I am also a known Billy Corgan fan, so
You don't say.
it sort of
Yeah,
fits
I
that
sense
mold.
some
It
bias.
fits all of the things that like, but it adds a pop sheen that I'm not used to hearing from a Billy Corgan song. I suppose I should say. Like I would say this is better than most Smashing Pumpkins songs. Like that's how the polished sheen fits with it. Like it's up there for me, and that's why it's at number 4 and not 1 or 2 or 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so can I ask a totally inappropriate question?
There's nothing but inappropriate questions, sir.
Okay.
Please.
So is he giving her his best material of the time, trying to keep a relationship going?
No, no, I think it's a weird alchemical kind of situation where he gave him a throw he gave her a throwaway song and she and the rest of the band made it better than he could have ever made it. That's how I view that song.
Okay, okay,
Because
okay.
I'm sure he gave them a chord progression and a general melody. And then Melissa off the mark came in and was like, "No, I'm gonna make this special." And then Courtney was like, "You know what? I'm gonna sing like I've never sang before," and that's what they did. And it's a special thing from a shitty record. I would say, I mean, we'll get to the other one from that because it's probably next up.
And
But yeah,
then
anyway,
Billy
what's
stole
up? What's
Melissa
up?
from Hole.
No, no, no. Hull fell apart and she jumped ship.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think she played bass on quite a few of the Machina songs, but she's not credited. And
Oh, that's a shame.
like Everlasting Gaze, like that's her playing bass. Like that shit is just straight up her style. Like it's got some good shit on there.
I am
Anyway,
I am I am I'm not looking forward to listening to some of those Pumpkins records, but I am listening forward to the episode of the Pumpkins.
well, I
That's
will
going to
say
be
this
good.
as well as just a teaser. Everything after Machina is not worth listening to for the most part. So there you go. Like it's not really good. Oceania, pretty decent. Everything else, not so fucking much.
Zygas was
Zeitgeist came after Machina, yes, but and that also has the thing was we'll get into on the episode is in that extra teaser. A lot of people, a lot of the fans of the band have always complained that he's been producing his own records and that's why they're terrible. But the last record he had another producer work on was Zeitgeist, and it was Roy Thomas Baker of
Wow,
Queen fame,
really?
and he made it terrible. So it's be careful what you ask for. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, so going back to where we started this episode, what
Yeah,
is Billy trying to say by getting RTB on an album in the 21st century?
I he is a also, and this is another thing that I'll bring up because it's very important. He is a pro wrestling guy, and his idea of the industry, the music industry, and the press and
Is that
potential
it's all
has a
fake?
lot to do with how he is portrayed because he gives a character the whole time, not his real self. When he's being authentic, he'd probably be like, he's a cool guy. But usually he's playing a character to sell a persona or something. And it's stupid, but it's funny as fuck when you can see through that shit. And that's all I'll add. Anyway, back to Hole. Jason, what's your
all
number
right.
four?
My number 4 is going to be Sugar Coma
Nice.
Unplugged because I guess this is the one where I was like,
I don't think I heard that.
Yeah, I don't think I heard that either.
this song fucking existed. Like this was a whole song that I knew, and this is the one that I was like, why isn't this on any of the albums? I swear I know this. So I started digging, and it's on the whole unplugged. It's actually the closing track. It's there. Where did we sleep last? Where did I sleep? Where did you sleep last night? Song. She does it
In
amazing.
the mines.
Um,
Dude, a friend of mine did that song as karaoke once, and it was fucking beautiful, man. It's so good. Anyway, sorry.
so I'll take the blame. Do what you want, 'cause I'll do anything, and I'll take the blame. It's what turned into Boys on the Radio,
Oh,
and she. My notes say, "Fuck that Evan Dando poppy celebrity skin Boys on the Radio shit."
Fuck Evan Dando for sure.
He was a part of that on that album.
hashtag
Oh,
fuck
really?
Evan
Yeah,
Dando.
yeah.
Fuck
He.
Evan Dando.
I
God
mean, I
damn.
like some of the Lemonheads, but still, Sugar Coma ending up as
And,
Boys on the Radio is a fucking tragedy. So I
So
want to
I,
make
I will
sure.
throw out that the Lemonheads fit into the category where your only hit's a cover of a
yes, that's what
hit.
I was gonna say. I
Do,
was
do,
gonna say,
do, do,
yeah,
do, do, do,
Lemonheads are
do.
great if you love Paul Simon.
And who doesn't love Paul Simon?
I don't know. I
I
had the It's
don't.
a Shame About Ray
I
album.
love
It
him.
was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, it's. But I would also say, from that same era, from the same vibe, Gin Blossoms, another miserable experience is a better record.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely. I listened to that one way more than.
It's a shame about right.
Yeah, but
It
yeah,
is a shame
Just
about
Sugar
right.
reminds me of
Coma.
the Tenacious D. Yeah, we were great compared to bullshit.
Huh?
Well, Evan Dando fucked this song up and turned it into Boys on the Radio. Courtney fucked it up. I don't know what
Really?
happened, but
God
And this
the
is
damn,
where
original
we
dude.
insert
version.
Rodney
See
Dangerfield.
now, I really wish I would have heard this previously because I
Oh,
thought
everybody's
that song
freaking
had
out.
potential, but it like just fell apart.
Well, hey, if you can click the link below and check it out in the playlist.
Everybody's back.
Tim, what's your
I
number
did.
4?
Oh, what is my number four? I'm trying to look. Okay. Okay, so yeah, okay. This is my dark horse choice. Just trying to pick a little variety.
Oh no.
Um, and I felt this was the most interesting musical thing on this album. So off of Celebrity Skin, I'm going to go with Use Once and Destroy.
Really? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Nice. That is a
Um,
very dark horse track. Like
yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely listen to it again. Yeah, it caught my attention. There's like just this weird groove to it, and the guitars are really like spacey, kind of like just really interesting, and I liked it, and I'm putting it on the list.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
This
gonna dig up my notes and just tell you this. This is what I wrote about that song. There's a nice bounce of Use Once and Destroy to bring it up between Northern Star and Dying, which were terrible. So I
And
feel like
maybe that's it. Maybe it was just
maybe that's
an
what did it,
oasis
man.
in the middle of a very bleak
Yeah.
desert.
Oh my
all
god.
But
all I think of when I hear that song is use just once and destroy evasion of our piracy after birth of a nation starve without your skeleton key.
I'm running with it though. It's a
I'm
fun
impressed.
song, and if we're
I'm
gonna,
impressed.
yeah,
I
I like.
yeah yeah I appreciate that you decided to spread your love out because normally I do that. I'll pick something off of an album,
Because
but
otherwise, I'd just be Ed.
I'm going to be Ed on this episode.
All right,
Fuck
well
those
then,
other
what's
two
your number
albums.
three, Jason?
One song. That's it. That's
What's
all
your
you need.
Jason number?
My number
What is
three
Ed's number
is
one?
Ed, I don't know. I haven't heard from Ed yet.
Okay, all right. What's your number three then, Jason?
My number 3 is gonna be. This is where I think we're gonna divulge a little bit. I think you guys are gonna have it higher, but it's Rockstar.
Okay, nice. No, no, I love that fucking song, so I am all for that shit. 100%.
Yeah, this is just it's a fucking amazing closer. It takes the highlights of the entire album and just wraps it up. It's fun to play. It has amazing lyrics. It's raw. It's loud. That ending with that "Don't you please make me real, fuck you, make me sick, fuck you, make me real, fuck you." It's
Yeah,
just
dude.
It's happy.
No, it's like it's a pro Gen Z song before Gen Z happened.
yeah, it
Well,
is
Like everything
so
about it
fucking
is
good.
so perfect.
I love
which
that
yeah,
fucking song.
Self-referential, but also ironic. It's like it's just got this whole vibe going about it that I feel is very youth-oriented even today. It's weird.
And I love songs where they like leave in the fuck ups where like
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Uh,
Those are always fun.
yeah,
yeah. Even
Blink
though
One
they're
Eighty Two does
clearly
that.
orchestrated, like there was no way they were in the studio and they were like, "Yeah, well, no, we're just going to keep this in there." No, that was all a
I
part
don't
of
know.
the whole song. I felt.
Blink did on California like at the beginning of the first track like Blink Travis like and he fucks up. He's like fuck, and Mark was like, yeah, we're keeping that.
Yeah, sometimes you just hear it through the playback, and you're like, "Yep, keep it."
Yep. All
Also,
right.
it's a great closer. It's a wonderful closer to a
It
great record.
it's a phenomenal closer. Amazing song. What is your number 3, Will?
I'm gonna knock this out. Just get it over with. Celebrity Skin. It's a fucking nonstop classic. shiny pop
Da-na,
gem.
da-na, da-na,
There's
Oh,
nothing like
over.
there's
da-na,
nothing pretentious
da-na,
about it.
da-na.
Yeah, there's nothing pretentious about it. It's like a major chord version of Marilyn Manson's "The Beautiful People." It's just great. There's nothing bad
Which is
about
just
it.
Children of the Grave by Black Sabbath.
Which is true. Okay, shut the fuck up. Why you gotta say that? Give Marilyn Manson his one piece of praise with that song, and you're just taking it away. Don't do that.
Yeah, he gets no praise from this corner.
No, you
Oh shit, we
shouldn't.
got to
Good
do
for you, Tim.
Manson on
Good
this
for you,
show.
Tim. Tim, I love you. Thank you for that. But anyway, so by Tim's cunning awareness, Celebrity Skin is also a rad ass Black Sabbath song. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that even puts it even further in number 3. I mean, I feel like you could hear Ozzy covering this and it would still work. It's still a good song.
He's all he wants to be.
It was fun to play in Rock Band.
I you know what? There have been moments, I'm sure, that Ozzy woke up in his makeup. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
and that's a
That's a
great
scary
that
sight
that
too.
little pre-chorus shit is so good. When I wake up in my
And my
makeup,
makeup.
it's just so singable. It's just such a classic pop gem, and it's unfortunate that Courtney Love is even involved with it. I suppose because it's not at all what she really could be or show.
She
It's just
does nail it though in that
she
song. Like
fucking
she,
kills it, man.
yeah. Damn, you guys
And
got
she's so
one, two,
pretty.
3 songs off of Celebrity Skin. Maybe y'all should have ranked it higher.
No, because those are the only reason why
Nope.
it's not number 5. Like for real. Those songs, if they weren't on that record, it would be number 5, I think.
And that leads me to my number 3, which is
Yes.
Dick Nail.
Yes!
Oh, shit.
Yes! Yes. I picked a
What a
different song for
great
number
song.
2 from that
God.
record, but
Yeah, just man, let's put old
I wonder
like
if we're all gonna have the same number 1 now. Like, I'm really curious.
oh yeah, of course we are. It's gotta be, right?
I don't
We'll
Yeah,
think
see.
no,
so.
Dick
I
Nail
don't
is
think so. I
just
think
sludgy goodness, heavy goodness,
those
It's
angry.
fucking
lyrics.
dope.
Oh
And
Yeah.
my
it's
God.
and for me, it's an improvement over the stuff they were doing on Pretty on the Inside. It's got the same kind of vibe, the
But it
same
actually came
emotion
out
and energy.
first.
Yeah, it came out first. This is their
Wait,
first seven
really?
inch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't make the album, but it was a
Okay,
single.
dude, this should
And
have been on the
apparently the
fucking
single
album,
version
man.
is really where it's at. And I heard like a YouTube rip and it was pretty ripping.
Dude,
Yeah.
that should have been on that fucking record. That song is
Right.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No, great song. If
Wow.
you're making a playlist and this is not on it, like you fucked up.
Especially
It's
like
not going to be on mine, but I appreciate it being there for
for
sure.
1991,
Yeah.
those
Oh yeah, no,
lyrics are
just
fucking dark as
great
shit.
song. Great song.
This predates Korn's Daddy by like I don't know how many years.
Which is,
Like
oh, Korn didn't do it right. It's like when Korn gets too real, it makes me uncomfortable in a not a good way, in a cringy way. And
Yeah. A little bit.
yeah. All right.
Talk to your kids.
Talk
talk
to
to your
your
kids.
kids. Yep.
Talk to your kids.
Will, what's your number 2?
I am also picking a track from My Body, the Grenade. It's going to be Beautiful Sun. I don't think I talked about it enough or at all during the other segment. But that song feels like the perfect bridge between Pretty on the Inside to Live Through This. And it still feels like a whole song. And it's got a weird vibe that it's a little bit more positive than you're expecting, but it's still got some grungy shit going on there. I don't know. It's just fucking great. And I would be an asshole if I didn't put a song from that record onto this list because that record's really fucking good.
Yeah, that comp is so damn good that we need to do another Patreon video of like our favorite
Like one side,
comps
like yeah,
because it's like in the same vein of Nirvana's "Been a Sun" but done better almost.
yeah, That's a good argument. I'll take it.
It's way ahead of its time for like 1991, two. When did that come out? I don't know. Early
Comp
90s.
came out in '97. I'm not sure when the recording came out
No,
Yeah.
there's no way
or
DGC
when it was done, I
Rarities.
should say.
Oh yeah, no, no, I'm not talking about my body. The original, the comp, the DGC Rarities Volume One.
Oh, that
Oh,
was probably like
yeah.
93,
Yeah, it
94.
was like 93 probably.
Yeah,
I
That
remember I
Dog
got
has
it
a great
from
song on it.
remember those get 8 CDs for 1 penny thing. That's how I got that record.
Columbia
And
House
yeah, it was
bullshit.
good. Yeah, man.
And then if you
BMG,
canceled, they say,
BMG.
"Hey, if you
BMG.
do
Yep.
it all again, we'll let you do it all again." And I went,
Yeah.
"Okay,
I
I'll
was
get
like,
it
you
over
sent me
eight
8 CDs
CDs for a
for
penny."
nothing, bitch. Fuck you. Your problem, not mine. It was awesome.
Oh wait, hold on. I just transcribed Ed's song, and he said the best song by whole, the only one that matters, only top five, top 10, all of them is Nobody's Daughter.
I can see you copy pasting, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
No, are we sure?
I think
That
so.
man is that man is singular in his passions, and it is nobody's.
Wow. Okay, sure. Well, you know what? It
Hey,
makes the playlist.
everyone's. Oh shit, you're right. I gotta listen to that crap again to make the
Nope,
fucking
you
playlist.
can
No, you
skip it,
don't.
but
You
it
don't have to
makes the
listen to it.
playlist.
Like I didn't skip through any songs.
No,
I
I
want to
didn't
make that a
either.
point, but I really wished I could have on that record.
Yeah, and
That
now you
opening
can.
track was horrible. Fuck.
Now we're sure we deciphered that correctly. It's in English and not like Aramaic or like.
It could have been Faux Body's Mater, but that's not a song, so it's got to be Nobody's Daughter.
Yeah, it was a little crackly. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
He is calling from space after all. So
Well, you know what? Hashtag Ed's still wrong.
Yep. Yep. Ed is still wrong. All right.
Love you, Ed. Can't wait to see you.
Cora agrees.
Thanks for
Cora's
fighting those
barking and
fires in
agreeing.
Canada.
All right. My number two is going to be. Again, I gotta type this one out because it's not on a fucking album. Is Best Sunday Dress. Um,
We call that on Celebrity Skin. It was the Japanese bonus
I
track.
didn't. I still. I
Yeah,
was looking for that. I was trying to find that, and I couldn't. I've never heard the Celebrity Skin version. I can only assume she fucked it up.
It's so my notes for it are it's a triplet feel blues with a cool pre and chorus.
All
So
right.
the pre-chorus chorus transition is cool,
I'm
the
gonna put
and
pre
it's
un,
kind
chorus.
of
I'm gonna
yeah.
put unplugged here.
Okay, okay.
Because I love that fucking version. I thought that was a song that was on an album, and it's not, and I was very sad.
But it is if you're in Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but that early version of it, it's it's one of my favorite. I guess yeah, it's on here. It's one of my favorite whole songs.
It's awesome.
And on the, I don't know about the unplugged, but on the Celebrity Skin, Cat Bjelland does have a writing credit there. So
Who?
shout out to Cat Bjelland from Babes in Toyland.
That makes sense
Wow.
because it's an old song. Like it's one of her
Yeah,
older ones.
yeah. She gets a songwriting
Weird.
credit there.
What is the deal with like all of these really great obscure oddities that make this band better than they ever were? Like, what the fuck?
I
That's
mean,
so
how many
intense.
bands can you say that about though?
And you
Like I
can't
love
say
B
that about
sides.
many. That's so.
Yeah,
That's why it's remarkable.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I need
B
to hear these
sides and
tracks.
covers and weird throwaway songs. Those are always
Brilliant,
the
man. That's
best.
brilliant. I
Oh, we
fucking
need to
love it.
cover Babes too. I love fucking Babes in
Oh
Toyland.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
great band, great band. And L7 too. We should
And
do L7
L7,
too.
yeah.
Another great
Yeah.
band.
I mean, I kind of prefer L7 to Babes, but I love them both equally, nonetheless.
Yeah, I think L7 had more albums, didn't they?
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
think they
for
yeah,
went
sure.
for
on to.
sure.
But man,
Yeah.
those Babes of Toyland records are really good.
They're fucking heavy as
They're
shit, man.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fontanelle.
Oh yeah, love that one.
Okay, Tim, what is your number two?
Well, and I'm looking at my notes and I can't find it. Apparently, I
Is it
didn't
a
pick
Babe
a number
song? Is
two.
it a Billy song? Is it Kurt's song?
Probably a Kurt
So
song.
I'm kind of calling the audible here, and I'm gonna go with 20 years in the Dakota.
Nice. Okay. All right, what the
Um,
fuck?
yeah,
It
the
was
song itself, it's there. There's nothing spectacular about it song wise,
no,
but
there is,
when you've
there
got
is.
the famous widow of a suicide victim singing about the famous widow of a murder victim, and they were both voices of a generation or whatever. I think it's a really interesting take, and it's an interesting viewpoint. And I think that it's one of those songs that even if you don't like either of the widows, or if you don't like the song, you don't even have to like the artists that are no longer with us. This is something that you should look at and kind of go, yeah, that's a perspective I need in my life.
The music for it is very it stands out on that comp as
Yeah,
far
no,
as
it's
like
just a weird little song, but it's
it's a
very
little
deep,
poppy,
very deep.
The one thing I
but
heard when I heard
not in
it,
a
I
bad
was,
way.
yeah, no. What I heard was I was like, they must have heard "Last Splash" by the Breeders when they wrote this.
And they did.
Yeah,
They heard it.
like
They were on tour with them.
yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely feels a very Breederish kind of vibe.
Yeah,
It's
if
kind
they're
of like
not playing the shows, they're hanging out backstage.
it's a little whimsical,
Well, yeah, yeah.
It's got a
Which,
whimsical kind of dreamlike quality to it that the rest of those songs don't
which
have
kind
on
of
that
fits the
record.
theme.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's
Yeah.
nice,
No, it's a
nice
great song.
choice. Nice
This
Great
choice.
song.
is this is an interesting top five here. Like there's
Yeah.
not that
Because everybody's got the same number one.
Well, there's no
I
Except
replacement.
for
guarantee
Ed.
you
Well, we
guys do
don't
not
know
have my
yet. I
number
mean,
one.
I
I
don't know.
guarantee you.
I honestly think that my number one might be your number one, but I'm not sure, so I don't know. I don't
Wait a
know.
minute, wait a minute, Tim. If you're saying we all have the same number one, is our number one nobody's daughter?
Ooh, maybe we don't then.
Ed is
I
using
mean,
God damn it,
hashtag.
Ed! Ed it called it again, motherfucker.
we almost had the trifecta, but Ed had to screw it up from space.
I guarantee you, my number one is not your number one.
Well, then give us your number
Okay,
one,
what's
Jason.
your
What
number
you
one,
got?
Jason?
My number one is, if I can get this shit working, Garbage Man.
Really?
Well,
Okay. Well, never. Yeah, yeah. Wow, that was.
I mean, that's a good
It's a good.
choice.
It is
I
a
It's a
fucking
good
knew
choice.
stoner rock jam, and I dig it. So I
that is
appreciate it.
that has always been my favorite whole song. There's something about it. I don't know the melody, the music, everything about it just fucking works for me. It's always been my
They also referenced it in a later song.
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
that
They
outro.
referenced Turpentine a couple times too. I think
Yeah,
even on
yeah.
Celebrity
And
Skin.
also, like, I will say this, and also in response to Celebrity Skin being terrible, the last song does reference Celebrity Skin vocally
Oh
with
no, it was on
a
20 years later.
phrase. But yeah, anyway, that's fun.
That outro, that time flies when you're falling down. Like
Yeah.
something about that song has always been my favorite whole song. What is your two number favorite songs?
Well,
Because
now I don't know if we're going to be right, man. What do you got, Tim? What do you got? What do you got?
I
someone's got to
mean, I
put
gotta go
Violet.
with Violet.
Thank God.
Violet? Is it Violet?
Yeah, I've always
Yay!
liked that
I got
song.
Thank
Violet
I
God.
too.
still
Violet's my
like
number
that
one song
song.
too.
Turn
Yeah.
it up. It's a
It's got
great
everything
song.
good about that band all in one song.
Yeah,
It's got like the
yeah,
cool shit. It's fucking dope.
yep. It's got a chorus you could scream along with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
great song. Great song. Incredible song.
And it was on the radio.
Worth the price of admission right there.
That
Cheers
intro.
to a song being on the radio. Cheers, friends.
I know. It's I don't normally pick the hits,
And the
but I
sky
think this
was
is one of
made
those
of
rare occasions
amethyst.
To be
where
fair,
even
Tim,
when you like get like a best of the 90s or whatever, like
Tim,
the algorithm tells you what's good, wink wink.
no, Tim,
This could still pop up and I'm like, yeah, turn it up.
I'm pretty sure Miss World was a bigger hit than that, and you hate Miss World, so
That's
it's
true.
perfect. It's
That's
fair,
true.
totally fair.
Yeah,
I
no, Violet is just loved it as a teenager, loved it in my
Yeah,
20s, loved it as an old man, like loved it today. It's a great song.
that whole
and it,
album though is like, if you're learning to play guitar, that whole album is just so fun and easy to play on guitar. That
holy shit! Hold up. Outside of Violet, I think I'm the only other person that had one more song from that record. and we all listed it as number one. That's impressive. Good for Hole. That's
Yeah.
impressive. Go,
Yeah,
Courtney.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Mine are
We
all
can,
weird.
no, the
No,
fact that
it's
you have
perfect.
mainly
Perfect.
songs I haven't actually been able to listen to for this review is impressive as shit, actually. Like, that leads me to believe that, like, there's also untapped potential in the band that was never realized for most people.
But let's see. You had one from My Body. I had, I guess technically two.
Oh, wait, no, you had Rockstar. Never mind. Yeah,
Yeah, I had
so you
Rockstar.
also had one.
And
Yeah,
then
never mind. That record is fully realized, so it's good.
This right here, though, they put this out as a greatest hits. I'd buy it.
Yeah,
yeah, I'd buy it. I'd skip Malibu, but other than that,
you
And
guys.
maybe
You
nobody's
guys
thought
are
of it.
fucking
Maybe it has.
terrible. That song's beautiful. I should have put it at number 5, I guess, but whatever.
I mean, the only there is some Nobody's Daughter representation, a
Yeah,
little
there
bit
is.
here and there,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, I
that's a
think it's time to wrap this one up a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think
yeah.
so,
We
yeah.
still got fucking artwork to go through. Come on, let's do this.
All right, so that was our top songs from Hole. Leave us a comment below with your rankings and tell Stephen King. Send him this video on Twitter and ask him to give us his favorite Hole songs.
Mhm.
We appreciate you. Be safe. Make good decisions.